which I don't understand this. It's mind-boggling to hear some fans talking about ownership, and all of a sudden, like Arsenal fans would talk about bad about Saudi or owners that come from Saudi Arabia. Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Every owner is a rich person that does whatever they want. Look at Arsenal's owner. They own half of teams in America, and they're trillionaires. So, what do you think their money is much better than somebody from Saudi? Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Chelsea's owner, Boyley, does whatever he wants. Nobody talks about any other owner except from people that come from Saudi Arabia. And I'm starting to wonder, what they actually mean. But I don't want to throw, certain adjectives, but it just doesn't make sense. But if it comes from Saudi Arabia, all of a sudden you're a filthy, dirty, person, and it's stupid, man. And I will say this though, I see a lot of anger, a lot of I don't know. I see a lot of a different uh, a tone of voice from some of these commentators, man. And I hope they're not biased against Newcastle, and I hope that Newcastle last year growing and getting out of the hole that they were into was cool for television, was good, and people wanted to talk about it. And all of a sudden, Newcastle are still performing well the next season, and all of a sudden, they're like, the way they sound, it seems like, wait a minute, do we want a team to be succeeding like Newcastle out of nowhere? I don't know. It was cool last season, but this season doesn't look that cool. So now they have a different set of tone from the commentators, from the narrators. So I'm starting to notice that a little bit, and I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or you guys feel the same. Let me know in the comment section down below.
I personally don't think Newcastle are a big club. I don't think I don't think they're a big club.
I disagree, lad.
No, but you're not. You're not. No. You're not a big club, but you could be.
Of course we are.
How are you a big club, Dale?
We bring 56,000 every single week.
But Dale, that doesn't do. No, Dale, how old are you, Dale?
Me, 36.
But here's part of the problem. You're 36. You've never seen you get to a. How many finals have you seen? 2. I've seen a trophy.
Yes, I have. But I'm sat next to my father who's seen a lot more games.
Well, how old's your dad?
He's pushing just over 60.
Well, what's he? He can't have seen too much more than you.
Well, he's seen a lot more than me, put it that way.
I don't think he has.
Look,
I
can't sit here and agree with you that Newcastle are not a big club. They're a massive club.
No, they're not a massive club.
Here's
the problem. They absolutely could be. In the last...
Newcastle are a bigger club than Chelsea, mate.
In the last 60 years, what have they won?
Yeah, but they haven't...
So you're bringing Chelsea into it. Yep. So 15 years ago, your club got the money. That's what made you
Dale, let me give you a history lesson. In the 90s, before Roman turned up, won the FA Cup, won the Cup Winners' Cup, right? Won the Super Cup, won the Carabao Cup. So let me give you a history lesson there. So before you go down that route, let me tell you now, Newcastle in the last 50 years can't lace Chelsea's boots, right? No, this is true. This is true. And here's the thing. Because you get 50,000 rocking up at a stadium, and here's what's happened now. You've now got, and I've been there, you're on a crest of a wave. You're still Newcastle.
Right, so
it's still Newcastle.
It's not Forest, a big club.
Not in Forest. Well, they're a big club in Newcastle, aren't they?
Wait, how? They've been fighting in the Championship for the last 12 years.
Sorry. Sorry. Say that again, Dale.
So before they got promoted to the Premier League, they were in the Championships for how many years?
Dale, you're showing how old you are now, mate. You need to go home and do a history lesson. Here's what you do, Dale. Go home.
So you said Nottingham Forest are a bigger club than Newcastle?
100%.
100%.
I don't know if I can agree with that.
100%.
I don't know if I can agree with that, mate.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
You're kidding me.
How can you? I don't know if you can say that.
Here's what you're all getting excited by. Here's the thing. You're all getting excited because Newcastle might get 20,000 more fans every week through the gates. You're forgetting what really matters in the cabinet. And you as a Spurs fan should know that more than most.
I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
Talking garbage, mate. You're talking garbage. There's more to a club.
What makes it? So
the fans, the community, the
community,
the packed out stadiums, the global success of how big commercially the club is. It's Newcastle. The fans, the community, there's more to a club.
What makes it? So Newcastle?
The fans, the community, the packed out stadiums, the global success of how big commercially the club is. It's Newcastle. When I grew up playing, when I was a kid,
go on.
I wanted to play at St James's Park.
Why?
I didn't care about playing at Nottingham Forest.
Why?
Because it's Newcastle.
What made you want to play there?
Because it's Newcastle.
And what made you want to play there?
But you know, for a younger fan or a younger player, when I was making my way in the game, I dreamed of playing at St James's Park.
Not anger from other commentators and fans. It's fear. Ooh, I like that. I like what you say, man. It's fear, man. I almost felt like you wrote it in that tone too. But I can see it. I can see something weird, man. I can see something strange in the air. You know what I mean? When the Newcastle comes on last season, where everybody embraced Newcastle, and Newcastle coming out of the deep hole that they were in, sold the club, and what such a wonderful, wonderful time. And all of a sudden, you got idiots like Jason Cundy on TalkSport coming on and saying, "Yeah, but Newcastle is not a big club, is it? It's not a big club." Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? What the fuck do you mean it wasn't a big club? If now we got bought into a rich owner for the first time. Well, Bruce Ashley was rich, but he just didn't give a shit about the club. But now Chelsea wasn't shit if it wasn't for Abramovich. It was nothing. Chelsea wasn't even part of the top 4. So stop playing with me, man. Stop playing. And now Jason Cundy, a fan of Chelsea, gets on the air and talks about, yeah, but Newcastle is not a big club, is it? You know what I mean? Like, shut the hell up, man. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You know, if it wasn't for Sheik, Manchester City would be just another baby a team in Manchester, getting raped by Manchester United every week. So shut the hell up. You know, I don't want to hear that crap that Newcastle is not a big club. Newcastle is just as big club, if not more, than Spurs. What is the difference between Spurs and Newcastle? They haven't won shit. But the only difference is that Spurs have been living off Arsenal for 1,000 years. They've been milking that Arsenal titty nonstop. And all of a sudden, they get put in every conversation to be the top 4, top 6, when they shouldn't be. You know, they haven't won nothing. So I don't want to hear that crap. Now, that's my rant when it comes to idiots saying Newcastle is not a big club.